Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Happy Sunday to all of you. Let's get right to it. I only have 3 things to go over, but as you can see here at the title of this article, Colorado utility company locks 22,000 thermostats in 90-degree weather due to energy emergency. Now, as soon as I saw this title, a thought came to my head right away. And it just happens that towards the bottom of this article, someone else had that exact same thought. So we're going to go ahead and read what he had to say. And it's pretty revealing, ladies and gentlemen, as to what kind of a future we're headed into as more and more we become digitized, not only in our energy, but imagine what's going to happen when we have digital money as well, or at least the type of digital money that they want us to get into. But that's not what this article is about. Thousands of utility company customers in Colorado were locked out of changing their thermostats due to an energy emergency, sparking outrage. And it says that this utility company based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, confirmed that 22,000 customers in Denver, Colorado were signed up for the Colorado AC Rewards program, were locked out of the thermostats for several hours on Tuesday. Now, many may say that, well, this was a voluntary program. Well, wait until I get to the next one that I'm going to cover. Right, so it starts out as voluntary and then it spreads. Wait till we get to our next article here, which is about California. Here it says, normally when we see a message like that, we are able to override it. And they're talking about the thermostat here. They have an example here of what that thermostat looks like. And whenever they've seen a message like that in the past, they've been able to override it, but not this time. That this time they could not override the control from the company that, provides them their energy. So this is where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are headed to, where one day even your electricity to your house will be regulated at the same time that they're trying to push all of these green policies that deal with mostly electricity. They want you to heat your home with electricity. They want you to use electric cars. Right? They want you to cook with electricity, with electric ranges, electric ovens. And I have no problem with that as long as it's voluntary and as long as the infrastructure can withstand the demand during the most or during the peak hours or during the peaks. Like, for example, when it gets cold outside, it just doesn't get cold for people that can afford to pay the extensive rates. It gets cold for everyone. But as you'll find out here, the last thing that I'm going to cover on this video has to do with how the UK's Prime Minister has solved their energy crisis. But let's go ahead and take a look at one of the comments that got taken out of Twitter here. And this is one of them. This is from a Mr. Tim Young. I don't know who this person is. But he says here what I was thinking when I saw the title of this article. In case you're wondering what will happen if we all have digital currency and electric cars, that is exactly my thought, ladies and gentlemen. You see, in this case right here, the company that has control over these thermostats, they get to set it and lock you out of its use for however long they want, for whatever reason they want. Again, I understand some of you are going to say, well, this is voluntary. That's how it starts. Just like when they come out with a CBDC, it's going to be voluntary. If you want free money, get this app. It's going to be voluntary. Well, eventually, so many businesses are going to be using it that you're going to pretty much have to decide, am I going to go without or am I going to go ahead and do this? It'll be your decision to make, all right? Just think about this. What if you need medical attention for one of your children and the clinic near you or the hospital near you only takes CBDCs? Like I said, it'll be a decision that you will have to make on a personal basis. Now, as we all know, California has been going through a drought. Well, actually, about half of the U.S. has been going through a drought for a long time. And about 3 years ago, I showed you all this right here. I showed you that California, they went ahead and put their water in the NASDAQ. So their water actually has a futures in the NASDAQ. And as you can see right here, when it started back in 2018, and I did a video about this pretty soon after they started doing this, because I was like, what? They're putting water in the stock market? That's not good, because that will only mean one thing, and that's that water will go up. So right here they started, it was about 500, let's call it $500 per acre foot. 1 acre foot is 1 foot high of water times an acre. An acre is roughly 45 or so thousand square feet. All right, that's what an acre feet is, or an acre foot is. And look at where it is now. Right now, it's at 1242, almost 1243. So in the last 3 or so years, it's been around 3 years or so that they've been having this market open. It's gone up roughly 150%. So roughly 50% or so per year, it's been going up. Well, now California is going to tax private water wells and force owners to put a meter on them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so pretty much a person that owns a piece of property in California that decided to go out and get all the permits and all whatever it takes to get a well, they went ahead and paid for the well, and they're drawing water out of it. They did all of the work that the city would normally do if you were getting city water. They did all of that work, and now on top of that, they get to pay for the water that's coming out of the well that they paid for. And they also have to pay to have a permit for that well on an annual basis. Here it says that they are sending out letters to property owners saying that they must declare if they use just 2 acre feet. So anything above 2 acre feet per year, you have to pay a $300 charge for each well. And you have to meter your water and pay a monthly meter fee, a monthly water fee, all right, or a usage fee as they. So you're doing all of the work for the city, and they get to reap all of the rewards as far as money goes. So get ready for it. You know, I wasn't going to get into this because in a way it's true and in a way it's not. We get the government that we deserve, right? But sometimes I feel that we don't get the government that we deserve. And why is that? Because politicians are liars. Politicians cheat. You should see what happened here in Alaska. I didn't do a report on this because I don't really get into that too much, into the politics side of it too much. But you should see what happened here in Alaska with the congressional race between one Delta and 2 Romeos, right? 1D and 2 Rs. And the way that they rigged up the election now, and believe it or not, one of the people that sponsored this is Lisa Murkowski, which in my opinion, she belongs in a retirement home and not in Congress representing Alaska. They rigged up a scheme to where even though the R's got most of the vote, the D won. And this was the first time in like the last 40-something years that a D has had a seat in Congress from Alaska, because the way that they rigged up the vote now, the way that the system is now, and it's actually a system that's in place and will go forward unless it's changed. The way that they rigged it up now, the D that won actually had less votes and less percentage of votes as well as did the R's. But so that's why I say maybe sometimes we don't deserve the government that we have, because even though you think you're voting one way, you're really voting something else because of the way that they use words and the law combined. This gentleman here says, what a racket. The California resident added that the government provides no services, no support, no product, doesn't even do the billing. They go ahead and contract that out to someone else. That's all on the citizens. All the government does is cash the check. And that is all that the government does, ladies and gentlemen. What does government produce? Absolutely nothing. So those of you in California that have water wells, well, I guess you're going to have a water bill as well. And amid unprecedented cost of living crisis, BoJo tells Brits, buy a new kettle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm being a little sarcastic. This is not going to solve the energy problem, right? But I just want to show you how out of touch it is that politicians are with the people that they're supposed to represent. Here in Britain, pretty much in all of the EU, their energy bills are quadrupling, going up as much as tenfold what they were paying a year ago. And here this person is saying, if you buy a kettle for $20, you'll be able to save $10 or 10 pounds, right? 10 pounds a year, while their energy prices are going from 500 to 1,000 to 2,000 to 5,000 to even in some places 10,000 pounds. That's how out of touch they are. Buy a new kettle and save 10 pounds on your 3,549 pound energy bill. I don't mean to laugh. It's just ridiculous Ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen, that these people that pass these laws, restrictions, call it whatever you want to call it, these people that are there to serve us, they do nothing of the such, and they go out there and try to appease the people by spilling out this nonsense when they don't understand that when the people are the ones living through this, they're going to call him out because he has no idea what he's talking about. Okay, he has no idea what he's talking about. And ask yourselves a question. I know that this gentleman here is, for lack of a better word, I know that this person is going to be leaving office soon. However, be it if he were staying in office or not, do you really think that when the energy bills reach 5,000, 10,000 pounds, whatever it may be, do you think it's going to affect this person one bit? Absolutely not. Do you think that when the supermarkets are out of something or out of many things, do you think it's going to affect this person one bit? Absolutely not. Now let me ask you one last question. Being that this person and all other representatives that are voted into office, being that they are supposed to serve the people, shouldn't they be the ones to feel the pain first? And they never feel the pain. It's not like they feel the pain last. They pass these regulations, these laws, for the good of who? When they say for the good of the nation, and who is that if all of the people that make up that nation are suffering? The reason is because they never feel the pain. They never have to pay the circumstances for the decisions that they make on your behalf. They make them only on your behalf because you're the only one paying for it. Having said that, let me get off my soapbox. I thought I'd share those 3 articles with you today because it just shows how out of touch governments are with their people, and it just shows you that we are headed towards a way where states, governments, corporations are going to dictate what it is that you can and cannot do whenever energy and any other life-sustaining forces are involved. Get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare. I believe that they are going to go through all of this stuff that they're saying they're going to go through. However, it's not going to last very long because the people are not going to put up with it. But it's going to take a certain amount of pain before people in general wake up to the fact that these people are not in it for us. They're only in it for them. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper. I am out. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are still here, I wanted to show you a few things today. The first one is how to use the chapters function on a video. Whenever I do a live stream, of course, I spend a lot of time saying hello, doing Q&A, and then I usually have a main part, which I like to call the meat and potatoes of that live stream. So what I'm going to do from now on is whenever I have a live stream where there is a meat and potatoes section of it, because we were concentrating on one specific thing, I'll go ahead and put chapters. That way, if you're watching it on the replay and you want to miss all the salutations in the first 15-20 minutes, sometimes longer, you can just click a button on here and it'll take you to that section that you want to go to. So for example, on this video here, the one that I put up yesterday, Fed Insider Spills the Beans, if you haven't watched that, I highly recommend it. Anyways, all you do is go to where it says more. So if you look at this right here, it says more, you click on that. And then it's going to bring you to all of the description. This is where you're going to find all of my links and all of that kind of stuff. So right here, it says chapter. Right under the description of the video, it says chapters. So now, as you can see, I'm at the beginning of this video. So let's say, well, I want to skip the introduction. Let me go ahead and bring it to where he starts talking about the Fed now. All you have to do is click on the time. Now, ladies and so you see, as soon as I clicked on the time, it brings me right to that spot where I had it here on the chapter. Now let's say that I want to come down here, all right, because I don't want to listen to this Insider Spills the Beans, and I want to go to Dissecting the Fed Now. All you do is click on this, the timestamp, boom, and it brings you right to 5:29, like it says right there. Now, for the month of September, being that it's Preparedness Month, I wanted to show you some of the sales that's going on with some of the companies that I affiliate with. As you all know, I only affiliate with companies that I really believe in, that I think have a great product, and it's why I don't have that many affiliates. Well, if you take a look at Nutrient Survival, which is, in my opinion, the very best survival food in the market as far as nutrition goes, if you click on this link right here, it's going to bring you to the page. So let's say that I want to buy some chocolate chip cookies, which are awesome. After I click on it, it brings it to this page. you just add it to the cart right there. Okay, so now you got it added to the cart. So now go ahead and go to shop. With any purchase for the month of September, it doesn't matter how much the purchase is, you get a free NRE. So all you have to do to get this free NRE is go ahead and add it to your cart. And now you go to your cart, check out. And once you get to your cart, all you have to do is put in the code free in all caps -NRE and hit apply, and it will take the cost of the NRE off. So as you can see here, the NRE was $35. It took the cost off. Now, if you want to get one of the free t-shirts that Becky made up that says Free Rudy for when YouTube put me in jail, all you have to do is the same thing. Add it to your cart and then put in the word Free Rudy, all in caps, when you check out, and it'll take the $25 off. However, for this, I do believe that your purchase has to be at least $100 or more, and then you'll get the t-shirt for free. Now, Oupes, ladies and gentlemen, has a lot of good deals for the month of September. As you know, I love this Oupes 2400. It's a great solar generator, and there is a coupon code under the description of my video for $50 off of this price right here. But also, something that I forgot to mention is that I have a permanent coupon code for 15% off, and it's Alaska Prepper. It's under the description of my videos. And if you didn't want to get the 2400, but you wanted to get something like this, let's say for example the 1200, right now it's $8.99, but if you go ahead and add it to your cart and then you go check out, it'll bring you to this page, and then all you have to do is type in Alaska Prepper, just like that, hit apply, and it brings this unit down from $900 to $765, which I think is a really good deal. Now let's take a look at what Bluetti's got going on, because they have a lot of really good sales as well. Now I love the Oupes brand, especially the Oupes 2400, but this right here is a great deal on the Bluetti EB240. $1,200, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have a discount code for this Bluetti EB240 or any Bluetti products, but $1,200 for a Bluetti 2400 watt hour is a great price. If this is such a great price compared to the Oupes 2400, then why do I like the Oupes 2400 better? If you saw my video, then I explained it there. However, what I like about the Oupes 2400 better than the Bluetti, even though this Bluetti has more watt hours than the Oupes 2400 does, is that the Bluetti only has a maximum of 1000 continuous output watts, where the Oupes 2400 has a maximum 2400 continuous output watts. Other than that, as far as quality goes, I think they're both pretty much the same. In addition to that, I really like the Oupes because it allows you to charge it with solar up to 900 and I believe it's 40 watts, which is really awesome. That tells me that you can charge that Oupes in like 2.5–3 hours if you have the solar panels. Whereas with the Bluetti, it only takes about, I think it's up to 600 watt hours or watts at a time, roughly about 2/3 to 1/2 of what the Oupes takes. But this $1,200 for 2400 watt hours, if you just need something to like charge a refrigerator or freezer, this is a great deal. They also have great deals on the rest of their items. I really don't want to talk about this too much because I've never reviewed it, right? This little Bluetti AC50 is a great deal as well. It has 500 watt hours, but it's only really for personal devices. So anyways, if you want to support the channel, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at my links if you are in the market to buy any of these things. I never ask for money. I never ask that you go and buy something just so that you can support what I do. Absolutely not. If you're not in the market for anything and you want to support what I do, just donate 15 to 30 seconds of your time and let an ad or two run through, and never let a 45-minute ad run through. Once it gets to 30 seconds, go ahead and click off, skip it, because the channel still gets credit for that 30-second run that you allowed it to run. Thank you very much for sticking through here. I really do appreciate your support, ladies and gentlemen. I don't do this very often, but this is Preparedness Month, and they do have a lot of really good deals going on. So if you are in the market, take advantage of it. And at the same time, I do appreciate all of your support. We will see you later. Have a great day, and God bless.